YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? So, in today's video, I'd like to talk to you guys about the Renko candle and just basically the basic of it. And then in my next video, I will show you very easy way to use it to trade with, because it might be seem simple, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can also get, a lot of losses. So to find a Renko, you come here and then you're gonna see it right down here, and then you're gonna click it right now. What if there was a way to be able to track price without having time included? Think about it. If you're able to know, if you're able to have a candlestick that only moves based on price, up or down, eliminated time, we don't care about time. Well, that's what the Renko does. It reduces the noise in the market so that you're not confused about what trend you're in. It reduces it a lot. Now, when you come to the Renko, right, you have two options. You have control or you have the ATR. What do I mean by that? ATR, for who don't know what the ATR is simply a measurement of how much a stock moves in a day. I'll do this real fast so you can see it. This is ATR on this right here, right? So ATR simply means the last 14 days, over the last 14 days, this stock have moved up and down $8. So you could either go up $8 or down $8. So that's the very basic of ATR. So now that you know that, let's go back to the settings. So they have ATR version right here. I like this. This is what I use because this calculates it for me and I don't have to calculate it. So basically each block would only turn green or red based on the average of the stock moving. So it calculates it for you. And you also have the traditional. The traditional just simply means, imagine ATR controlled, like you're controlling the ATR. So this box size could be, let's say, every $10 or every $5 a new block will be formed, right? So if I change this to 10, for example, you're going to see every $10, you're going to see a new block is formed. So if I go like this and I draw a line like this, every block will be $10. So you see 460, 470, and such, and then it will be more controlled, right? So you could find support and resistance like that. You could trade like that if you like, right? So this is more like a control zone if you want to be able to do trade like that, right? And so by doing it this way, by doing it that way, it would take a little bit longer for you to take trades, because in order for one block to be formed, the stock has to move $20. So that's a lot, right? And also, in both ATR and traditional, you see how it looks different now, because now we're using the average of the last 14 days, right? Now, each one of them takes a while to form, right? So I'll give you an example. So in order for each one of them to form, well, let's say this was red, right? In order for this to turn green, the stock has to close or come closer to up here. So you come into the stock. So the stock, let's mute this right there. So the stock, let's say we're down here at the bottom, the stock has to come up to here before the next box is formed, right? Now, the cool part about this Renko, the really cool part, it truly helps you filter out noise, right? For example, everyone is talking about the stock market is crashing, the stock market is crashing. Oh my God, right? Look at Renko is tracking price, not time. So only price. Let's say, for example, I'll give you this as an example. Let's say price did this for 1 year straight. 1 year straight, the price did this, right? Let's say price did that for 1 year. The next box, this box will not be formed. It will not. It will literally stay like this, right? The only way that it would change to red is if price comes down closer to this. Like it goes closer to down to here. So you aren't affected by what are we? Are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market? This says clear as day, we are in a bull market, end of discussion. There is no guessing. You literally don't look for a downtrend until you see a red close. So that's the best part. You don't got to think about anything. You just got to be like, is this green or is this red? Okay, it's green. All right, I'll look for uptrends. Right? So I would show you guys ways that I use it. So you can't just enter into just any and any trade. Okay? I think this one is also making noise. All right. So you can't just, oh, this is green, so I'm gonna go long. It's a little bit more more complicated than that. Than to just enter in when you see that. I will show you guys. Once again, I will show you guys how to enter the trades. Right. So what this does is it helps you so much filter out noise. Right. So let's say you're trying to go long. You literally say this is where I would look for. Right here. This down here is where we literally start looking to short the market. Do you see how far that is? At 465.50? That's when you would actually start looking to short the market. I know that's very far, but that's when the next block would start to form red from where we are. So you literally don't have to worry about if we're in a bull market or not, because trust me, we are. Now let's use this to find a trend. Right? Another way to use it to trend. You can use it many different ways. One way you can look at it as price come down, up, higher low, up, right? You also could use it to find support and resistance. This is how I use it. Is I like to use it to find. I like to know when the next box is going to be formed, right? So this is exactly what I do. By the way, you could also really you could use this just to see if price bounces off it. You're gonna be surprised how much price bounce off these. Okay, very surprised. And just like this, you find all 1-day support, all of them. You just found very strong all-day support. So what I like to do is I like to see this. I like to draw out my support and resistance like this, and I'm like, okay. And then bam. Do you see it? Can you see the chart a little bit better now? Does it all make sense to you now? Just doing that alone, you could see, okay, price was resistance here. We have resistance here, and now we up here, and price seems to want to push up to right here, which is kind of makes sense because guess what? I didn't even notice that. There's a gap right here. Maybe they gap and turn around. I don't know, but there's a gap right there. So I know that this is at the top of the Renko channel where we will most likely come into some resistance, right? Okay, so earlier I also said that price don't move with time. I want to go over that a little bit more. So when a box is formed, let's say this box was formed on the 13th of September, right? We're on the 24th. Look when the next box was formed. On the 24th, this closed. So do you see it track price to uptrend since the 13th? Now let's go back to the 13th, right? This was down here, down to 13, right? So from the 13th of this right here, the box was closed. So let's not, right? So now on the 16th, which is on a Monday, you're only looking for uptrend momentum. That's the only thing that matters because this was green since the 13th, right? So you're only looking for uptrend momentum, and that is how you would use it to trade and find support and resistance level very easily. And trust me, they will work. They will work. Now, one of the best part about using it is Even on a 5 minute time frame, they're pretty good too on the 5 minute time frame. But I personally like the 15 minutes because it prints a little bit less box. Um, you need to definitely need to spend more time and understanding them before you start making trades, because sometimes you see how this is all 10. Hey, look at this. You got 10 right here, you got 1045, right? And all of them are the same. That's because when it happened to gap up, it usually does this, or it just keeps running. Sometimes you could have just all white boxes or all yellow boxes and no way to enter. If the box, sometimes all of them close at the same time. So that's something that you need to also know. Like, I'm making it sound simple, but it's not very simple when you're in the live market. But I found a really great way how to use them in an actual trade. So um, yeah. So also when you get them too, they also have wicks and no wicks. If you want to have the wicks, you can have the wicks. Wicks simply just mean that price went up to here. Like, let's say that we were right here. Price was able to go up to here, but wasn't enough for a box to close. So it will print a wick, essentially saying we were close to printing another box, but we didn't print it. Like, it wasn't able to print it. But I take them off. I don't like to see them. They make too much noise. Because then I'm thinking, should I include them in the wick in the trade or not? I just keep it simple and I take off the wicks. And basically, I just trade like this. Now, for me, I'm going to go over in my next video how I use how I use the 4 hours to make trades, right? Now, look at this. This box was closed at 12 at the September 10th, right? And then look, listen how powerful this is, right? Let's say September 10th, right? Look how many candlestick have you seen since then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has been 8 candle prints since then, right? Whopping 14 days and you only got 8 candles. Now look at this one now. Look at this. The same thing. But look, you got the up, down, wick, up, down, up, down. You got a bunch of noise. This, oh no, we're going up and we're still going up. And also you can use to find the top of the market right here. This was a resistance. And then trust me that this one right here will be also be maybe not a strong resistance because it's lower time frame, but not to make it too complicated and make this video too long. Essentially, all you're really doing is come in here and seeing what color the candle is, and then you look for an up movement. All you're doing is, okay, I'm looking for uptrend breaks. And now when you see something like this, for example, let's say you get this red and then you get this green right here, but then you're looking for the candle to go up, but then you get a red candle, and you're like, okay, I got a red, a red, a green, and a red. Then yes, technically at this specific moment you're still only looking for down movements, right? So let's see if I can find it on the chart, because because it uses price, it's a little tricky when it comes to a regular candlestick to find them. Like, it's a little tricky to find it. But essentially, once the red was printed here, you're only looking for downtrend. I know I'm making it seem easy, like, oh, that's all. But I've seen so many YouTube videos where it's just like, I feel like they're cherry picking information. Like, you just cherry pick it. Like, this is not cherry picking. Like, it's hard for me to go back in time. For example, the Renko does not allow you to go back in time. You can't go back in time, just like a Heikin candle. But I'm telling you, it's just very simple to use the Renko. And yeah, it's very simple to use the Renko. Very, very simple. Are you gonna lose sometimes? Yeah, but I would rather lose sometimes than to look at this. I mean, look at this. How do you make sense of this? It's all messy, and this basically say, oh yeah, up, yeah, up, until, for example, okay, look at, I'm gonna make this my last example, and that's it. So I already made this an example, but I want to make it another example to show you how I wouldn't even be stressing or worrying about if we're going to go down or not. In order for us currently to go down on especially on the 4 hour time frame, I wouldn't even look to short the market until we're below 476. Why? Because that is when this would be invalid, right? This is when the next red candle, the red wrinkle, would most likely form right here, right? It would most likely close. So it would be like, let's say we're right here, right? And you're looking to, this is perfect actually. It's still the same thing. You're looking to play the upside right here. You're looking to go on the upside right there, right? You're only looking for uptrend. In order for you to even look for a downtrend, you gotta wait for price to come down here. Or you don't have to guess. You could just wait. Wait until you see a red close. Once the red is closed, you say, okay, now I'm looking for down movements, right? Obviously, sometimes you're gonna have ones that goes up and then down and then up and then down. But if you don't want to take the trade, if you see a green, a red, and then you see another green, then you're like, okay, we're trading sideways. We're not actually moving. So those little stuff like that can help you out see trends, you know? Because look, price did come down right here, and all you're looking for is down movement. So it was correct that when we got here, that this was the top, but you were looking for an uptrend. And I will show you guys how even this, even though we went the opposite way, I wouldn't have been fooled because I would have been setting up. I wouldn't just enter the play because this closed green and this is green. I would not do that. You know, that's how you lose. But yeah, obviously, if you enter down here, you would be in some serious money. You know what I'm saying? Like, god dang. I mean, sometimes I look at this and I'm like, yo, you just play this. Some days you just make serious. You make hella money. You know, like even right here. Let's see, you somehow fake out right here. Like, okay, I got faked out. Then you enter here. Okay, I got faked out. But then this one, bam. I mean, this is really, really up there. You know. But yeah, so that's basic on how to use a Renko. In my next video, I will show you guys how to use, like, don't just go blindly and say this is green, so I'm gonna go long. And just another small little detail too is, you see this bar right here that you see that's forming. That's basically saying the momentum is up, and then when it's right here, you're gonna see like our white one. For me, it's a white. You're gonna say momentum is down. So you can also wait to see until you see this before you even start entering into your trades, right? But yeah, so in my next video, I'm going to show you guys how I use it on the 4 hour time frame and the 5 minute time frame to do day trading. Do I use it on the 5 minute to day trade? I don't actually. No, I don't. I use it on the 15 minutes. I said that earlier, but I'll show you how to use it to day trade. But yeah, see you guys in my next one.